Y'all, I remember when God showed me myself for the first time, like really showed myself for the first time. And it happened to be at one of the darkest times in my life where I had fully surrendered to God, where I had asked God, if I can redo everything in this lifetime, please, please give me a shot, give me a chance to redo it in this lifetime. And when that happened, when I surrendered, and I allowed God and all the angels to start giving me guidance. And they started showing me myself with no mask, real truths coming forward. I'm here to tell y'all, like, it was not a good place. It was a dark place for me to see the reality of, that I had created. I think that was what I struggled with so much, is that I realized that I created the trap that I was in. And as a result of that, I had hurt myself and the people around me I loved. And I was humiliated, embarrassed, and ashamed of myself. And, in that darkest of hour, I saw myself and God showed me myself. And that has been the catalyst for my rebirth and who I have become today. And it hasn't just stopped there. It didn't stop there. Because you see, when you surrender to God, and even when you hit rock bottom, it is at that lowest point that you really see yourself. So while initially I was in denial and embarrassment and humiliation, I then saw what I had to live for. The abundance that I had in my life, that I wanted to continue, that I chose to live for, that why I'd asked for another life, and it was my children. And they gave me the courage to be brave. My girls are my heart, and the boys are my wings. And I chose to live for them. And then in that journey, I chose to do it for myself, because I found myself through it all, when all the disillusions, when all the illusions dropped, when I realized that everything was dependent upon me and I was the creator of my life, and that I had the power to live my life how I wanted to, and I had to stop blaming other people and living my life according to what other people said. I found myself, and I also saw just how great I am. I was about to say another cuss, but I saw myself, and I think God was testing me to see what my heart was when I was at my lowest. And like I've said in another message, I know was proud of me, and I'm proud of me, because I know who I am when all odds are against me. So that brings us to today's word. You know, God is showing me, to me. All praise to the Most High God. Love to the Mother. Real talk, y'all. Healing is not easy. It's not linear. It, by all accounts, isn't something like seeing yourself for the first time and like allowing yourself to start with the key principle that anything internal will be mirrored externally is the basis. That you are the creator, and since you are the creator of your reality, you are accountable for everything that happens in your life. Some people will say, okay, well, what about parents? We choose, and they're, and in terms of the spiritual laws, like there's very much thought that as conscious beings, we choose our parents as well. We have what they call, quote unquote, soul contracts. You just don't remember because we're in the dark matrix. But you very much are a conscious being. And I say to people all the time, like, you don't have to criticize me. And you certainly, I don't have to prove anything to anybody, because every day I am focused on self mastery, self improvement, self discipline, being the best person I can be, getting to know myself, getting to love myself, getting to get rid of all the disillusionment, all the lies, leveling up. You know, really, when we talk about magic, you know, really understanding my abilities and understanding my power and living in my dreams and evolving into the higher versions of myself. I don't need anybody to criticize. I every day I wake up and every day before I go to bed, I think about what I did right, what are some things that I did that I didn't think or I think I could have done wrong. And doesn't mean I don't listen to people, but I very much self evaluate on a daily basis. And not only that, I look at how I level up and I take one thing at a time that I'm choosing to level up. And then I focus on those things every day to incorporate it. Like, I'll give you an example right now. I know my morning routine is messed up. I'm trying my best to incorporate that, to ground myself, to clear my energy every day, to make sure I'm doing my movement. So that's my focus in addition to healthy eating, y'all. But and also, I don't have to prove anything to anybody because I'm very much self sufficient as a sovereign being, guided by God and my intuition. My world is my world, and God has given me the authority to stand in it. You feel me? And it was because God let me see myself, the good, the bad, the ugly, but the strength, the courage, the resilience, the warrior, the heart, soft heart, back straight, soft heart, that I have come to know myself, really know myself and love myself. Because you see, the whole world, the way that I was born and the way that a lot of us have been born, is that the world tells us that we should live our lives according to what our families say, what society says, everything external of us, instead of our relationship with God and our relationship with selves, and a strong focus on really getting to know who we are. And because we try to match ourselves and align ourselves to everything that is external of us, it creates a constant contradiction. So when we talk about how people, are not content, or people, are not happy, and all these people who need all these meds because they're not happy, it's because they're trying to make the outside world, they're trying to mirror it instead of letting their internal mirror external to shape their world. And so we put on these masks, all these expectations, y'all. Like, when I first saw myself, I had, I always did what society told me I should do. Get good grades, be a good daughter, be a good girlfriend to a fault. Do you hear me? Work hard, work all the time. You got to make your boss happy. You got to work late. You got to go above and beyond. You got to bring in the money, especially if you're single mom. But then also, if you're single mom, you can't raise your kids by yourself. You're not enough. You need a man. So what I do, going out looking for any man, and being a good worker, what I do, I ended up working all the time, and then I wasn't present and engaged for when my girls needed me the most, leaving them with foes. You hear me? Like, I did everything that the world told me that I should do. Oh, you supposed to be married. You know what I do when I found my first, the girl's father, I, became bound myself to him, because he's the man, I wanted to marry, and I got stuck on that. You hear me? Instead of just being like, I'm gonna live my life the way I want to live, and I put on all these masks and I upheld false illusions because I was fearful about what creating a life that I wanted, like, what would that mean in terms of risk, and because I didn't have confidence in myself that I could actually do it alone. I didn't believe in myself that I could do it alone. And it was a lot of work. And I was comfortable in my discomfort. And God was like, enough. You are my anointed and you got work to do. And so God had made it very uncomfortable for me to stay in that place. Real talk, y'all. God made it very uncomfortable for me to stay there. That's how you know. That's how you know if you're on the right path. If you on your soul path, things will flow, they will move, you will be in alignment, you will be happy, you will be at peace, you will be excited. But when things are chaotic, and when things, no matter what you do, keep on going back in a cycle and you're not at peace and you're distraught and you're anxious and you're mad, then that means that you are not listening to your higher self and your intuition and God. And they gon' keep on making you repeat those cycles, and they gonna make your life as uncomfortable as it possibly can, y'all. And that's what ended up happening to me. I went through cycle at least 3 times. To God made it so uncomfortable for me. And like I got to a point where I was going to lose everything. I've told people all the time. And unfortunately, I've had to see it play out in real time, y'all. And I hate saying that. I try to help people before they get to that point. God will either partially reset you or God will all the way reset you, like make you repeat a lifetime. And I got partially reset, y'all. And but when I was at the point before a total reset, I made the commitment to God that if he gave me another chance this lifetime, that I would do my best, and that I wanted to live and create my life the way that I chose to do it, and that I was going to be brave, and that I was not going to go deviate away from God. Y'all, when I was younger, I had a very strong relationship with God. I was very close. I had a big imagination. I was very in the arts. And I just, I was much more spiritual. And then when I got older and I went to school, I got detached from God. And that is where all the illusions, all the distortions, all, the world programmed me, took over, and it put me in a trap. It trapped my mind. It literally, but it trapped me inside of my own mind. And that's how darkness works. Darkness traps you in your own mind by convincing you that you're not good enough, and that you're not worthy, and that you have no power, and that you have no freedom, and that you have no choice. But we have all the power, and we have all the choice, and we can choose to be different. So anyway, I gotta go, but I hope this message is helpful. I hope that it resonates. And if you are at a point right now where you are sick of living the way that you are living, and you are ready to make a difference, and you are ready to make a change for your life, start by clearing up the disillusions, the illusions in your life, whether it's a person, a place, a thing, or if it's yourself. All praise to the Most High God. Love to the Mother. Peace.